replay viewers. Happy Monday. I actually really like Mondays, so I seriously think it's a happy Monday. Welcome everyone coming in live. Hello. Just kind of fixing my tripod here so I don't have so much space above my head. You love Mondays too? Yeah, I've always liked Mondays. They do not bother me at all. So, speaking of days of the week, I'm sorry, hey Christy, that last Friday I thought it was Saturday. My husband was home, and all of a sudden, like early afternoon, I realized, oh, it's Friday. It totally threw me off having my husband home. Hey Tracy. And so I realized in the afternoon that I hadn't scoped, and at that point there was no good time for me to do it. So I'm so sorry that I missed it. So that's why today will be a little less structured, so that if you had any questions you had brought on Friday, you are welcome to ask them today. I have a few other little random things to talk about too. Yeah, so my days of the week were totally messed up. If you are new, my name is Melissa from MakerySpace.com, where I equip and educate Etsy sellers on the more left-brain aspects of running a creative business. Hey, Jessica. And I get on Periscope just about every weekday, except when I think it's Saturday. And, oh, well, welcome, Kelly. Hope you can learn some things. Congratulations on just opening your shop. Yeah, Danielle, that would be kind of confusing, I think. I mean, I think when you work from home, you can tend to kind of get mixed up on days of the week anyway. But yeah, if something else out of your routine is different, that can really mess you up. So I wanted to just talk about a few little random things, little pieces of news. And then if you brought any questions on Friday that you didn't get to ask, or just have any today, period, you can ask those as well. So a couple of things. If you got my newsletter last night, you saw my mention that Google Analytics is no longer tracking visits to the homepage of our shop. And I'd looked and the code is missing. Kelly, if you go to MakerySpace.com and you sign up, I do a curated newsletter each Sunday night of like new and current things going on with Etsy that's pertinent to Etsy sellers. And then I have a separate section called Maker Matters, which is all sorts of kinds of things with just being a maker, owning a small business. Oh, Amy, thank you. You just made my day. And it just is just little tips and tidbits, things that I've read that are my favorites or that I think are the most pertinent that I've read throughout the previous week. So it's always new current stuff. It's not like I don't pull out articles from last August or anything. It's stuff that's going on currently or new posts or articles that have come out that I think are pertinent to my readers. So I had mentioned that Google Analytics the code is only on our individual listings pages now. So if you go into your Google Analytics and you look at visitors, you are only seeing views to listings. You are not seeing views to your shop itself, which is really, really frustrating because you are not able to track the traffic that's coming in. If someone links to your shop in a blog post, on social media, whatever, that is not being tracked by Google Analytics, and it's not their fault, it's Etsy's fault. They have completely removed the Google Analytics code from the home page of our shops. Now, they're being really quiet about it. Someone posted, I looked back at my stats, and I think it started sometime on the 13th, because on the 13th I had like 3 views, which was totally abnormal. So it looks like maybe it started in the morning of the 13th. So it wasn't until the 16th that an admin actually responded in that bugs post in the forums and said, I'm going to pass this along to our team, which is totally just their standard response when someone reports a bug. So it doesn't necessarily confirm that it's a bug and not intentional. Etsy does have stats, but on Etsy, let's say you get traffic from a certain blog. If you look in your stats at the traffic from that blog, it only shows that it came from that blog. You can't see what post it came from. We rely on Google Analytics for that. So you can't track it down very easily unless you have Google Analytics. Then it shows the actual page on the blog that it came from. So pattern, this is one interesting thing, Tracy. Within that thread in the bugs forum, there was someone who has a pattern shop that said she could track it. No, this is a different issue. Never mind. This is not the Google Analytics issue. Strike that. We can talk about that issue later. So it's not it's not working for anyone. It's like the code is just missing. It's not like something is not being communicated. The Google Analytics tracking code is missing from our home pages. So there's no way for Google to track and put it into our analytics information when traffic is landing directly on our shop homepage instead of a specific listing. So major frustration. That's just bad. And I don't know, some people are speculating that Etsy wants to move to some sort of paid option for being able to get this kind of information and these kinds of statistics. That's possible. If that's the case, they should probably have told us that ahead of time before just stripping it out and making everyone mad. So, yeah, I don't know. But, the new layout rolled out or started rolling out, and the Google Analytics code was still there. So this is literally just something that happened within this past week, just a few days ago. So I will keep my eye on that and see what they continue to say, if they say anything about whether or not it's truly a bug and they're looking into it. But speaking of bugs, the other thing that's been happening is for over 2 weeks now, when you go to individual listings in your stats, you cannot see what keywords brought traffic there. Shows where the traffic came from. But like if you click on Etsy search, you used to be able to look on an individual listing and you could see which keyword phrases people put in the search bar to land on that listing. That information is missing, and it's been missing for a couple of weeks now. Now Etsy has said that they're working on that and it's a problem. No, it's not just you. So they aren't just like giving the standard answer, oh, we'll send the information over to our team. They're working on it. It's taking a long time to work it out, but apparently this is not supposed to be happening. But that's another frustrating thing because you can't see which tags are working, how your title's working. If you're not seeing how people are landing on a listing, you can't assess how your SEO is. Yeah, it doesn't show how people are finding you as far as, now it shows it in your general lumped together stats. When you first go to your stats, it does show the search phrases, but it doesn't show the search phrases for them to land on a particular listing. So you're not positive on a single listing, how did someone get here? You could maybe guess from your stats based on what that listing is if you have enough differentiation between your listings. But some of us have very similar things in our shops, and so we don't know how someone is landing on one particular listing. So then it's hard to optimize that listing if we can't see what is bringing people there in search. So hopefully they will get that figured out as well. That's what leads me to when someone asked about pattern. In that bug thread, someone with a pattern shop said that they could see in their pattern stats what search terms landed on a listing, which is strange because search does not lead to pattern, but because they had a pattern shop, that information was showing up in their stats, if that makes any sense. So they were telling about some workarounds, and then it worked for a couple people, then all of a sudden it stopped working. So I don't know what happened with that. Okay. So it's possible that Etsy is doing something so that they can introduce some kind of paid features when it comes to stats. I do not know. Right now it's all speculation. Okay, the other thing I wanted to bring up is just something I've been tossing around in my head. When we've been talking about building an email list and some effective ways to do that, and then also some problems I've seen where shop owners are saying like that someone will place an order and then they'll request to cancel, and then the shop owner will cancel, and then that person will turn around and repurchase using the thank you coupon code that they received from placing an order with that shop, which is so slimy in my opinion, because a thank you coupon is supposed to be on subsequent orders, not on canceling and then use it to get a discount. But now I think that's probably rare that gets abused, but it does happen. And I was thinking, I have a thank you coupon that goes out for free shipping. Amy, it seems to vary. I looked back at some of the purchases I had made from other Etsy shops, and some of my thank you coupons came as soon as less than a day later, less than 24 hours after I placed the order, and some of them were a few days later. So I think it varies a little bit. I can't seem to see a exact pattern about when it happens. Um, and then this one person that, hey, Jessica, that I had read that posted, it was literally a few hours later that this person turned around and used the coupon code. So there just doesn't seem to be a ton of rhyme or reason to that. You set up coupons in your shop settings. You'll see a thing for coupon codes, and you can set them up. There's a variety. You can do a dollar amount off, percent off, free shipping. You can make it only domestic shipping that's free. There are a few options in there. You can set an expiration date if you want to, but the thank you coupon goes out to everyone who makes a purchase. But it got me thinking that maybe a good strategy would be to, under promote, under your left-hand column when you're in your shop settings. Maybe a good strategy would be to encourage people to sign up for your email list, would be to include that email list information in your receipt that goes out after purchase instead of sending it automatically, and invite them to sign up for your email list, and your opt-in could be the thank you coupon to your shop. And so that way, that might reduce the chance of people abusing it, and that way you're kind of getting a little bit maybe more persuasive way, or a way that motivates people more to sign up for your list instead of it just being automatic. So that's something that I might try. I do have people use my thank you coupon. Jessica, send me an email at melissa@makeryspace.com and tell me what some of your thoughts are for your needs. Yes, I do the one-on-one mentoring sessions, and it doesn't have to be specifically about Etsy. Yeah, you could also handwrite it on the receipt, or you could have it on, thanks Amy, you could have it on your business card. Maybe on the back of your business card could be the thank you coupon, or it could be on a sticker that you put on the packaging. There's all sorts of ways that you can do it, but I'm thinking if you're going to offer it, maybe try to tie it into your email list if you're wanting to build an email list, which I do recommend, and then that might help you build your list a little bit better. If someone notices, oh, I can get a coupon or discount or free shipping or something off my next purchase, so I'm going to go ahead and sign up. So just a suggestion that you might think about. Okay, that's all I have today for randomness. Can you ask about pricing products? Sure. So time for any questions. How do you normally get to individual search terms? Tracy, that is in your, yeah, but that's another thing, Sherry, is if they get it right away on the receipt, that could also be abused. The individual listing search terms, when you look at your stats and it shows you the listings that have come up that people have visited during that time period, when you click on that listing, it will show the stats. It'll show how many views and how many favorites it got, how many sales, how many times it was renewed, and then it used to be that underneath it would show the search terms that landed people on that listing. So you just click through that listing itself. Yeah, I recommend starting out on MailChimp at least, because it is free for the first 2,000 subscribers, and you really can't, it's hard to find an email subscription service that matches that. And then I think once you're getting up there, then make a decision about which email subscription service will be best for you. You've been building your list for long enough that you might start getting a feel for what you need and what you want to offer, and during that time you can start researching what you want to use. Some people stick with MailChimp even when they have to pay. They get up that high. Some people really love it. But you can start assessing the prices of the different ones and what your needs are, so that when it comes time that you're going to have to pay, you can have a pretty good idea. And then it's not hard to migrate your list. I think most of those email subscription services have instructions and make it pretty clear how to back up your list from one and import it into another. Sherry, you were talking about not being sure if you should bundle your products. Can you give me more specifics on that? Yeah, I think it is, Danielle. People are requesting your products be bundles. I think it could be a great idea. It's another opportunity to list more things in your shop as well if you're bundling things together. So you have increased listings, you have increased chances of being found in search, and people kind of like that idea of maybe getting a price break because they're purchasing multiple things together. Now, one easy way you can do bundles, if you're doing it for the same item, is you can make a variation where Let's say you sell party supplies. So instead of selling one cupcake topper, you can sell bundles of 5, 10, 15, 20, whatever. Those can be in your variations, and you create pricing variations for those. So instead of having to create a bunch of different listings or have people confused about how many they're getting, then they actually have to choose it from the drop down. You sell lettering worksheets, and so people are wanting bundles of different worksheets, Kelly. Yeah, one way you could do it is you could create a listing for 5 sheets of your choice or that kind of thing. And then the thing is, you'd have to rely on them to tell you in the note at checkout which sheets they want. And sometimes people forget to do that. So then it can, it creates more time for you to go back and forth with convos. But there's really no super simple way to do that because, they want bundles with every new listing. So are you saying that the bundles you have existing, that they can't get the new listings as part of those? Or are they wanting, I guess I'm not really clear on that. You have one bundle only. And does it have specific sheets in it? Is that what the issue is? I have not I had an order once, Rachel, of, how many was it? I guess it wasn't that many. It was like 250 of something. So not that huge. And they never even asked for a discount, actually. It was for an event. But I think if you're doing it for an event, you can totally negotiate that price and see what you're comfortable with. If they're not asking for a certain amount off, then figure out for Etsy wedding. Is it like a wholesale thing? I'm not really following what that is. If it is wholesale, usually the expectation is 50% off your retail price. But if it's for an event where they're not asking for a specific discount, then I would maybe make an offer that you're comfortable with and see what they counter with, and then meet somewhere in between. But if it is wholesale, it's for Etsy themselves. Wow, that's exciting. Congratulations. So they didn't ask for a certain amount. Yeah, if someone's just requesting it from your shop at 50% off and free shipping, yeah, no, especially not for just one item. Even if a couple items, I get a lot of convos saying, if I buy 2 things, can I get a discount? I'm thinking, no. Buying 2 things isn't like bulk buying, so I don't have a standard discount. So Rachel, I'm not sure. You might just need to ask them if they have any certain expectations on that. I'm surprised they didn't ask for a certain discount. So Jessica, to get it without a domain, I don't even think that's possible. Like if you're wanting to do your business name at the end, you would need to purchase the domain. But it might be worth it to you to at least purchase the domain name, because you only end up paying $10 to $20 for the whole year. And then you can get email tailored to your business name at the end. So it could be Jessica at your business name at the end, if you want it to look a little bit more professional. Otherwise, you're a little bit more limited to just your business name at gmail.com. But I like to go through Google Apps to get my for my business email, because it's way better at filtering out spam and stuff. Yes, Google Business Tools. Yeah, I definitely like to go through Google with that, because then everything comes through my Gmail. And if you have a website and you have email set up through your domain and it's through your server, it's really, really clunky, I have found. Oh, that is just super exciting, Rachel. I hope you do get it. So is it like a bid type of thing where you are putting that in and there are other people who are doing it as well? Okay. Well, keep us posted. Does anyone else have a question, or did I miss any? Sometimes there are several things scrolling at once. There is a blab today, but my kids have dentist appointments, so I cannot be on it. So it's just Dan. I don't know if he found someone else to fill in for me, but it's someone who sells edibles. So that'll be kind of interesting. If anybody's interested in selling food online, that might be something that might interest you, because this guy, that's his full-time business, is selling edibles. And I think he might even have an Etsy shop. You're going to the dentist too? Yeah, it's like this huge thing when you have multiple kids going. How do you get your products to show up first in the search? Well, there's not a formula for that. There's lots of important things. Marmalade results affected by the change. I don't know. That's a really good question. Since they use Etsy's API, I'm not sure what they're able to pull in if we're not being showed stuff. So your most important thing is your titles and your tags. Having strong keyword phrases in your title and in your tags that people are actually searching for your products and having them match. That is the backbone of being found on Etsy and being relevant, your products being relevant. And then there are other things that figure into the algorithm as well, such as positive reviews, having an about page, having your policies filled out, using their template policies, supposed to give you a little bit tinier boost above that, not having cases opened against you recently, having items that are viewed and favorited and purchased all increase your listing quality score, so that increases your chance of being found in search. So if there's a number of things that go into being found in search, and I will link to that outline of things underneath the scope link on MakerySpace.com scope after I get that posted today, and you can look those over. But definitely the very most important thing for Melissa at MakerySpace.com. That is correct, Jessica. I do not ask for reviews, Kelly, except for I do have a little blurb on my receipt saying how much they're appreciated if someone wants to take the time, but I don't come out and specifically ask for them. Oh, stink, I missed it. I was in the middle of a sentence and I froze, and now I'm trying to come back to it, and it was right there. Can someone remind me what I was talking about before I said I had frozen for myself? Daniel's question about leveraging reviews. I have seen people take individual reviews and put them in a product description, like at the end. So maybe just on that particular listing, you would put a couple of reviews that relate specifically to that listing that people left reviews for. If they click on the reviews on desktop on that listing, then the reviews for that listing show up first, but not everybody does click that. So that is a way that you could leverage reviews. But I've also seen people leverage them off Etsy, maybe putting them, putting pictures of them on their Facebook page or on their website or other places. Or you could even do it on Instagram if there's a particular, as a product photo, Oh, that's a really good idea, Danielle. So literally in the listing, using it as one of your photos. Yes. You could also use it for a shop update if you wanted to, especially if you get a particularly detailed one where it really, really brings out the positive benefits and qualities of your product. And you're like, oh, I just love this review this person left. It just totally reflects what I'm trying to accomplish with this product. That could be a great shop update or a great Instagram post, and you could just say a little blurb about it, because that shop update's going to show up in the feed of everyone who has favorited your shop or has purchased from you. So I think that's a good place to use it. But yeah, Danielle, that's a great idea to use it on one of the listing photos. If you have space to add that, then someone that misses the reviews might see that. That's great. That's a great review. I would add that too if I were you. Really good idea. Okay, I have time for one more question. Is there anything else someone wanted to ask? Okay, don't forget, if you want me to consider a topic for a scope, you can email me at melissa@makeryspace.com, or you can go to the Periscope tab at makeryspace.com and scroll down to the form you can fill out. Amy, I'm so sorry that they both have it now. How miserable. And so unusual for the kids your age to be getting it too. I'm so sorry. What a bummer. Oh. Well, praying you and Mallory stay well and don't get it from them. Okay, well, it's been fun chatting with you today. So the dog's unhappy too. Oh no. Goodness gracious. It sounds like lots of ice cream is in need at your house. Alrighty, I will wrap up for today, and I hope to see you back here tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your day.